My name is Gray Stengel, and I'll be showing the McDonald Waite Newton House. The McDonald Waite Newton House, also known as the Packet House, was originally constructed in 1869 by Alexander McDonald. In 1871, when he had failed to be re-elected as U.S. Senator, he had sold the house to William Waite. He maintained ownership until 1887, when Anne McHenry Ryder purchased the house with her daughters soon to move in after. Her daughters eventually married into the prestigious Newton family, and the house was ultimately passed down to them. Because of these three owners, the historical structure can be known as the McDonald Waite Newton House. As for its nickname, it was named after the packet boats that filled the Arkansas River, which the house overlooked. The packet house is 2.5 stories in size. The general shape is square, and the roof contributes to the blocky appearance. It's very steep on the sides, but shallow on the top. The effect is a roof that almost appears to be part of the building. Even the porch extends from the central part of the structure as to not disrupt the flatness of the building. Despite this simplicity, there are several features that distract from the monotonous appearance. Patio, for example, is asymmetrical. This juxtaposition of asymmetry atop what is otherwise a symmetrical building gives the illusion that there's irregularity. Another example is the color choice. There are three main colors apparent when looking at the building: the red brick, the green shingles, and the tan accents beneath and above the windows. These sharply contrasting colors give the structure a strong sense of identity despite its plainer features. A final characteristic of the house is the use of dormer windows. These windows protrude from the roof and are rather ornate, and in effect make the roof appear less tall than it is. This and all the other contrasting details listed contribute to the uniqueness of the packet house.
The packet house is a somewhat untraditional form of art. It's a beautiful piece of architecture, but I don't believe that McDonald designed with any kind of greater meaning in mind. As such, I think it's fitting to use structuralism to describe the building. Structuralism places emphasis on what is present and apparent rather than the inferred. Meaning isn't necessarily conveyed by the author, but by universally meaningful or culturally significant patterns in the piece itself. From a structuralist view, the only thing we can really tell about the building is that which we can see. However, because of the emphasis on symbolism, it makes sense that we should look at other structures like this one in order to analyze it properly. As stated before, the packet house is an example of the Second Empire style of architecture. These houses weren't necessarily built based off their aesthetic appeal, but their functionality. One of the key features of the style is a mansard roof, a four-sided roof with a flat top and steep side slopes. The purpose of this roof is to allow for maximum living space without increasing the size of the house, and as such, the steep side typically has dormer windows projecting from it. These sentiments are precisely what would be suggested by the structuralist methodology, a focus on practicality rather than aesthetic appeal.
As a piece of architecture, it's hard to categorize the McDonald Waite Newton House into a particular ism. However, if I were to choose, I'd say it's an example of functionalism. Functionalism places emphasis on the utility rather than the artistic properties of architecture. It's clear when looking at the packet house that it was designed with utility in mind, as there are minimum decorations or artistic embellishments. Instead, there are practical characteristics, such as the steep roof allowing for more space in the house. This ideology is consistent with the architectural trends of the 19th and 20th century to view buildings as more utilitarian. Despite the Second Empire style being common in America, it was originally a style of French and German architecture. The name itself refers to the Second French Empire, the regime of Napoleon III. The reason the style became so prominent is because it was so easily scalable. Because of this, it could be used for government and residential buildings alike. This meant that while all structures followed a general rule of design, they could vary greatly in how ornamental they were. As an example, compare Hubble Mansion with the Packet House. While it isn't hard to draw parallels between the two, it's quite evident that Hubble Mansion is intended to be grander in appearance than the Packet House is. I chose to do my project on the Packet House because for years I'd seen it in passing but never knew what purpose it served. This project has given me the chance to learn about what has long been an Arkansas monument. Overall, I really like the architectural style. There's no curves or intricate aspects of the architecture, but the steep mansard roof combined with the non-traditional color scheme gives it a lot of character. It's impressive that they were able to achieve this unique look with such a plainly shaped structure. As the last building of its kind along what is now Cantrell Road, I consider the Packet House to hold nationalistic value. Through the test of time, the house has stood, and today it's a shining example of what was once a prominent architectural style. Though the Second Empire style was not unique to America, it's still an important part of our nation's history, and McDonald Waite Newton House exemplifies that.